I've always wondered why our bodies seem to lock away our own energy right when we need it the most.
Oh, that is such a real feeling.
Right, like you can eat a perfectly fine normal meal, you are doing the things, but a few hours later, your limbs just feel so heavy.
Yeah, that deep afternoon slump.
Exactly. Your brain gets foggy, and it feels like your body is just like hoarding the food instead of using it to keep you awake.
It's so common, but we rarely talk about what is actually happening. We are taught this very simple math, right? Calories in, calories out. Like, our bodies are just basic little machines.
Yes, like a simple calculator.
But the math never adds up. You eat less, you move more, and your body just holds on to the weight even harder.
It feels like a betrayal.
Yeah.
I used to just blame myself, thinking I just lacked willpower. Or maybe I was just getting older.
Ah, the willpower trap. So many people fall into that guilt. But it's not a lack of willpower at all. It is a mixed signal in your body chemistry.
A mixed signal.
Yeah. Your body is actually doing what it thinks is best to keep you safe. It is a quiet little trap that happens deep inside our cells.
Okay, I want to unpack that.
Yeah.
Because when you say trap, it makes me think the body is doing this on purpose.
It absolutely is doing it on purpose. To make sense of it, let's use a visual. Imagine your single cell is like a popular club.
Okay, I love a good visual. A busy club.
Right. And the sugar from your food, the energy you just ate, is the massive crowd outside on the street just waiting to get in.
Making a ton of noise out on the sidewalk.
Exactly. And insulin is the bouncer, the guy working the door with the list.
Right, checking IDs and opening the door.
So in a healthy setup, the bouncer works fast. The street stays clear. The club gets the energy it needs to keep the party going.
Nice and smooth. Everyone is happy.
But what if the bouncer stops hearing the manager? He goes a little bit deaf.
Oh, wow. Because the music is too loud?
Exactly. The background noise is just too much. So he stops letting people in. The line stops moving.
And the crowd on the street just grows and grows.
Yes. The body sees this huge, angry crowd of sugar in the blood, and it panics.
Because having all that sugar sitting in the blood is dangerous, right?
Highly dangerous. So the body just hires more bouncers. Dozens of them.
Just flooding the street with bouncers.
Yes. It pushes the crowd through the doors by sheer brute force.
Wow. So the street eventually gets clear.
It does, which means if you go in for a basic checkup, your blood looks totally fine.
Because the doctor is only looking at the street. They are just checking if the crowd is gone.
Exactly. The street is clear. But your body is now swarming with all these tense, angry bouncers. You have this massive overload of insulin.
And that overload is the trap.
That is the silent trap. Having all those extra bouncers roaming around causes so much chaos, it creates what is basically a double lock on your fat cells.
A double lock. What do you mean by that?
Well, the high insulin turns on this little switch in your body. We can call it a hoarder mode.
Hoarder mode. I like that. Well, I hate it, but the name makes sense.
Right. The hoarder mode's only job is to aggressively pull energy from the blood and pack it away as belly fat.
It just hoards everything it can find.
Yes. But the second lock is even worse. High insulin completely turns off the release switch.
Wait, really? It turns off the release?
Completely. Your body is stuck in storage mode. It is hoarding fat, and it refuses to let any of it go.
So even if you try to work out, your body just will not open the vault.
It physically cannot. The doors are locked tight.
That explains the deep exhaustion.
Yes.
You are carrying around all this stored fuel, maybe for months, but your brain is totally locked out of the tank.
You are starving on a cellular level, even though you have plenty of energy stored.
Oh my goodness, that makes so much sense. When I hit that 3 o'clock wall, my brain just screams for a sweet coffee.
Because your brain thinks it is starving, it sends out an emergency distress signal.
It wants fast fuel right now.
Exactly. It is not a lack of willpower. It is a biological cry for health.
That takes so much guilt away. It really does. But it also makes me wonder about people who do not gain weight.
Oh, the myth of the thin person?
Yes. I was talking to a friend recently. She is very thin, but she was having these exact same energy crashes. She feels awful every afternoon.
It is such a common myth that this only happens if you carry extra weight.
Right. Because if the hoarder mode is packing away fat, where's the fat going if they look thin on the outside?
It hides. This is the truly scary part. In someone who looks thin, the fat does not always show up under the skin.
The soft, pinchable fat.
Right. Instead, it wraps itself deeply around the organs, the liver, the heart. It gets packed directly inside the muscle.
Like marbling in a steak.
Exactly like that. A person can look perfectly lean in the mirror, but their internal organs are marbling with fat.
That is wild. So you cannot just look at your clothing size and assume your body chemistry is fine.
Not at all. If you eat a lot of refined sugar, or if you sit all day long, those locks are getting stiff.
So what is actually causing the locks to get stiff in the first place? We know the bouncer goes deaf. But what is the noise that deafens him?
It is the rhythm of our modern lives. The way we live right now is basically a masterclass in breaking this system.
Okay, lay it on me. What are we doing?
Let's start with sleep. Just losing a little sleep for a couple of nights can stiffen those locks by a huge amount.
Wait, really? Just a couple of nights of bad sleep?
Yeah. When you skip deep sleep, your body goes into a mild fight or flight mode. It feels like it is under threat.
Like there is a danger nearby.
Right. And that mild panic literally changes the shape of the locks on your cells. They get rigid.
You stop letting the energy in?
Yeah.
Just from being tired?
Just from being tired. And speaking of panic, we have to talk about stress. And our stress hormone, cortisol.
Oh, cortisol. I hear about that one all the time.
It is meant to save your life. If you are running from a bear, cortisol tells your body, hey, do not store this energy. Keep it in the blood.
Because we need to sprint right now.
Exactly. But we're not running from bears anymore.
No, we're just sitting at a desk, replying to a rude email.
Right. But your body does not know the difference. The cortisol jams the lock anyway. It screams at the cells to keep the sugar in the blood.
So you end up with high sugar, high insulin, and high cortisol, all just sitting there in traffic.
Just gridlock. And because you are sitting at a desk, your muscles are totally asleep.
Which matters because muscles burn the most energy.
They are the biggest energy engines in your body. When you sit in a chair for 8 hours, your leg muscles pull the welcome mat inside.
They just close up shop.
They do. They figure, well, we are not moving, so we do not need the fuel.
That is so logical, but also so frustrating.
It is. And all of this, the bad sleep, the stress, the sitting for, it creates a low-grade inflammation in the body.
Like a quiet swelling everywhere.
Right. And that inflammation creates a kind of static, alarm bells ringing all the time.
And that static is what deafens the bouncer.
That is exactly it. The noise gets so loud, the cells just cannot hear the signals anymore.
Okay, so this feels a little bleak. I'm not going to lie. We sit too much, we stress too much, we barely sleep.
It does sound heavy. But here's the beautiful part. The body is so eager to heal.
It wants to find balance again.
Yes. These cells are highly adaptable. If we just change the signals, the locks can soften up in a matter of weeks.
A matter of weeks? That fast?
Truly. We do not have to completely change our lives. We just have to be gentle and smart about the signals we send.
Okay, tell me about these gentle shifts. What can we do today?
One of the most amazing things I learned was about the order in which we eat our food.
The order, like what you bite first.
Exactly. Let's say you have a plate with chicken, broccoli, and rice, a very standard dinner.
Sounds good.
If you change nothing about the food, same portion, same calories, but you just eat the broccoli first.
Okay, veggies first.
Then the chicken, and you save the rice for the very end.
Does it really make a difference? It all mixes up in your stomach anyway, right?
It makes a massive difference. When you eat the broccoli first, the fiber from the veggies creates a kind of mesh in your stomach.
Like a slowdown net.
Yes, a physical mesh. Then the protein takes a while to break down. So by the time the rice gets there, it is stuck in traffic behind the fiber and the protein.
Oh, wow. So the sugar from the rice drips into the blood slowly.
It drips. It does not flood. And because it is a gentle drip, your body only needs one bouncer to handle it.
No panic. No flooding the street with 50 bouncers.
Exactly. You avoid the hoarder mode entirely just by changing what you put on your fork first.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And so simple. I tried something similar last week, actually.
Oh, really? What did you do?
I just started taking a tiny walk after dinner, like 10 minutes around the block.
Yes. The post-meal walk. How did you feel?
It changed everything. That heavy, sluggish feeling just vanished. I felt so light.
That is because walking uses a total loophole in the body.
A loophole? Tell me more.
When you move your leg muscles, the physical squeezing of the muscle forces the doors open.
Wait, it opens the cell doors.
Yes. And the wild part is, it does it without needing the bouncer at all.
Oh, wow. It just bypasses the broken lock entirely.
Completely bypasses it. The muscle just pulls the sugar straight out of the blood on its own.
That is incredible. So a 10-minute walk basically does the bouncer's job for him.
It clears the street, so your body never has to panic.
These little mechanical tricks are so empowering. It is not about eating less. It is about working with the body.
Exactly. Working with it, not against it. Another big one is rethinking liquid sugar.
Oh, like sodas and juices?
Yes. Liquid sugar is really tough on the system. especially juice.
I always thought juice was healthy. It is fruit, right?
It is fruit, but without the fiber. When you eat a whole apple, the fiber slows down the sugar.
It creates that mess you talked about earlier.
Right. But when you drink a glass of apple juice, you get all the sugar from 5 apples with 0 fiber.
So it hits the stomach and just rushes straight into the blood.
Worse, it hits the liver like a tidal wave.
Oh, the liver has to deal with it.
Yeah. The liver gets so overwhelmed by that flood, it just instantly turns the extra sugar into fat drops.
And that is how the liver gets marbled with fat.
Exactly. That liver fat sends out so much static, it deepens the whole trap. So the rule of thumb is, eat your fruit, never drink it.
Eat your food, never drink it. I love that. Keep the fiber.
Always keep the fiber. And lastly, we have to talk about building a bigger tank.
A bigger tank, you mean building muscle.
Yes. Protein and some gentle weightlifting.
I have noticed that when I make sure I get enough protein, I do not get those wild sugar cravings later in the day.
Because your blood stays stable. And when you lift weights, even just light weights, you are building the size of your muscles.
And the muscles are the energy engines.
Exactly. Bigger engines mean you have a much larger tank to store energy safely before it ever turns into belly fat.
Pulling all of this together, it really shifts how I view my own body.
How so?
Well, the unexplained weight gain, the brutal afternoon crashes, the brain fog, none of it's a character flaw.
Not at all.
It is not a failure of willpower or me being lazy. My internal calculator is not broken.
No, it is just hijacked.
Hijacked by a high-stress, low-sleep, sitting-at-a-desk world that we were just never meant to live in.
It forces us to ask a much larger question, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we sit motionless staring at screens. We cut our sleep short to work more. We live in this constant state of mild panic.
It is the perfect recipe for breaking the locks.
So maybe the answer is not another strict diet. Maybe
Yeah.
we do not need to count every single calorie.
No, true healing might just mean we have to redesign the rhythm of our days.
Setting boundaries on work, taking that 10-minute walk, eating our veggies first.
Just sending gentle, safe signals to the body so it can finally relax and open the vault.
That is a deeply comforting thought to walk away with. We just need a new rhythm.
These thoughts, these questions, they don't have to stop here. Wellness Geeks has many more podcasts and videos just like this one. Subscribe to the channel and explore other episodes. They all flow the same gentle way. If this podcast felt genuinely useful to you, share it with even one person in your life. That one share can bring a real change in someone's life, and it helps Wellness Geeks reach more people who truly need this. If this brought you real value, look for the join button right next to the Wellness Geeks logo below this video. Click it and become a member of the Wellness Support Circle. Your support helps honest health awareness reach thousands who are silently struggling. Wellness Geeks moves forward because of you. Thank you so much from the heart for being here.